Hello and welcome. I'm Vincent, your narrator for tonight. As the day winds down and the world hushes to a whisper, you're invited to join me on a gentle journey designed to ease away the cares of your day. We'll wander into a corner of the world where time stretches wide and the sky blankets an enchanting orchard. Thanks for spending this time with me. Tonight, we delve into the gentle musings of a being who watches over endless rows of trees, witnessing sunrises and sunsets with unassuming grace. In A Day in the Life of an Orchard Scarecrow, we'll explore a day in his life, filled with quiet introspection and simple delights. The Scarecrow, standing vigil among the apple trees, is a keeper of small secrets and wide skies, a gentle observer of the orchard he cherishes. Before we start, I'd love to hear from you. What small moments have brought you joy today? Perhaps it's the warmth of your morning coffee, or the laughter shared with a friend. Share your thoughts with us in our community space, where stories beyond the pages inspire and connect us. If you've been enjoying these nightly musings, consider subscribing. Each evening, drift along on a new journey designed to soothe and lull you into restful sleep. With stories across worlds and times, there's always a new adventure awaiting your listening ear. Now let's prepare our minds for stillness. Find a cozy spot to settle in. Allow your breath to deepen. Inhale slowly through your nose, welcoming calm into every corner of your body. Hold that gentle breath, and now release it slowly, allowing any tension to flow away. With each breath out, feel yourself relaxing more deeply. You're safe here, the world receding to the edges of consciousness, leaving only tranquility. With a heart now open to gentle tales, let's step into the story. The orchard awaits, its calm embrace ready to envelop you. Let the whisper of the breeze guide you as we embark on this serene journey together. As the first light of morning spills softly across the rolling hills, the orchard begins to stir. Beneath the wide, sun-dappled sky, rows of trees stand silent and still, their leaves shimmering gently in the gentle breeze. Among them, standing proud, is a remarkable figure, a scarecrow named Gus. He wears a patchwork jacket, a crooked hat, and a smile stitched kindly onto his face. Gus has been here for many seasons, his wooden arms slightly creaky, his straw filling still soft and welcoming. While the orchard awakens gradually, Gus gently shifts his position atop his wooden post. His painted eyes catch the warm sunlight, blinking slowly as he surveys the peaceful land that he calls home. Every day, Gus feels a quiet happiness, knowing he plays an important part, protecting the young, tender fruit from mischievous birds and curious critters. But perhaps what makes Gus special isn't just his role, it's the way he notices every detail around him. The air is filled with a faint scent of blossoms, sweet and fresh. Bees hum lazily, flitting from flower to flower, their tiny wings buzzing softly in the stillness. Somewhere nearby, a robin chirps a cheerful greeting to the morning, while the distant sound of a cow mooing echoes across the fields. Gus tilts his hat back slightly, absorbing this symphony of serenity, feeling the cool morning breeze wrap around him like a gentle blanket. As the sun rises higher, its golden rays stretch out and warm the earth beneath Gus. Tiny dewdrops still cling to the grass, sparkling like tiny gems before the warmth causes them to evaporate lazily into the air. Gus's painted face wears a gentle smile, he is content, ready to begin another day amid his leafy companions. His stiff wooden fingers twitch a little, as if eager to do his part, to stand tall and watch over the orchard's peaceful slumber. From his perch, Gus observes a squirrel scampering along a branch, carrying a tiny nut with utmost seriousness. He watches a butterfly flutter past, its wings shimmering with iridescent colors that dance in the sunlight. The world feels calm, as if time itself stretches out in a slow, comforting rhythm. Gus takes a deep breath, feeling the crisp morning air fill his lungs, full of promise for the day ahead. As the orchard slowly awakens, the first farm folk start their routines, watering, tending, and singing little songs. And Gus, the vigilant Scarecrow, remains steady and still, a friendly guardian in a patchwork suit. Perhaps today will bring small adventures, or maybe just the simple joy of watching life blossom and grow. Whatever unfolds, Gus is ready, his silent presence a steadfast protector, gentle and watchful as the morning unfolds. And so, in the tender hush of dawn, Gus stands proudly in his spot, awaiting the next few hours of sunshine, birdsong, and lullabies of the breeze, feeling deeply, peacefully, that this moment, this quiet beginning, is perfect just as it is. As the sun climbs higher into the sky, the orchard begins to hum with motion. Crane flies zigzag lazily through the air, and a family of robins flits delightfully among the branches. Gus remains rooted to his post, quietly observing everything with his painted eyes, a gentle sentinel in a sea of green. He notices the way the sunlight dances on the leaves, a shimmering tapestry of gold and emerald. Sometimes a gust of wind rustles through the trees like a soft whisper, making the branches sway, and hair-like strands of hay that stick from Gus's hat flutter like tiny flags. The breeze carries a chorus of sounds, the cheerful chirping of sparrows, the distant croaking of frogs near the pond, and even the playful chatter of children from the farmhouse. Gus's wooden limbs creak softly as he shifts his position ever so slightly, angling his body to better catch the sun's warm kiss. His fabric face, stitched with a gentle smile, seems to glow in the morning light. To him, every moment feels like a quiet celebration of nature's simple joys. The orchard's vibrant life reminds Gus that even if he stands still most of the time, he is part of a larger miracle, the steady cycle of growth and renewal. Nearby, a cluster of daisies begins to open, their delicate white petals stretching toward the sky as if eager to greet the day. A curious butterfly flits past, wings catching the sunlight like tiny stained glass windows. Gus watches, his painted eyes twinkling with gentle amusement. He marvels at how each creature contributes their tiny verse to the grand symphony of morning. As the sun warms the orchard further, Gus feels a happy sense of anticipation. Perhaps a squirrel will decide to leap from branch to branch, or maybe a few early cropped apples will make an appearance on their trees, blushing with rosy hues. The world is shifting softly from dawn's hush to the lively rhythm of daytime, but Gus remains peacefully present, a quiet guardian in a landscape that feels alive with calm beauty. In the distance, the faint scent of freshly cut grass drifts in the breeze, mingling with the sweetness of blooming flowers. Gus's straw filling feels snug and comforting, like a buffer against the hustle of the world beyond the orchard. Though he cannot speak or walk, his silent watchfulness offers a gentle reassurance that everything is just as it should be, peaceful, perfect, and full of promise. Every leaf, Every bird, every tiny movement bits together into a calming tapestry that makes Gus and every moment in this orchard feel just right. This is a day beginning, full of quiet wonders, and Gus stands ready to cherish each one, quietly confident that this is exactly how a beautiful day should unfold. The sun reaches its most cheerful hour, casting a warm, golden glow that nearly makes the orchard shimmer. It's a time when the apple blossoms sway like gentle dancers, and sunlight filters through the branches in dappled patches of light and shadow. Gus, the steadfast Scarecrow, remains quietly upright, a steadfast figure amidst the lively dance of nature. Birdsong swells, a lively rhythmic chorus that snippets through the branches, the sharp call of a blue jay, the mellow trill of a thrush, and a loner wren singing his tiny heart out. Gus's painted smile seems to catch the melody, as if he too shares the joy of this moment. His wooden arms are slightly extended, as if giving a warm hug to the breeze that tousles his hay-stuffed hat. The orchard whispers stories of quiet magic, how the wind softly carries the scent of ripening fruit, hinting at the bounty to come. Gus notices a fiddler crab spider spinning a web between two small branches, its delicate silk shining in the sunlight like spun gold. Nearby, a ladybug wobbles across a leaf, its tiny black spots contrasting beautifully against its bright red shell. These small creatures work quietly and diligently, an unseen universe teeming with tiny lessons of patience and grace. A gentle rustling sound draws Gus's painted gaze to a cluster of cherry blossoms, which seem to be giggling and wobbling as the wind tickles their petals. He notices ants marching in a neat line along a tree trunk, noses to the ground on their tiny but important journey. Each creature has a purpose, Gus thinks, and he feels a swell of warmth in his wooden chest, knowing that he too plays a part in this harmony, a stable presence, a brave little guardian with a big heart. Somewhere nearby, a squirrel pauses on a branch, clutching an acorn like a treasure. His bushy tail flicks in anticipation of the next leap. Gus feels a tickle of amusement. He loves watching these busy little creatures, each one determined and lively. The gentle hum of activity reminds Gus that even in stillness, there is life bustling around him underneath the calm. In the orchard's shade, the leaves sway in slow, flowing movements, like waves on a quiet sea. The air smells of earthiness mixed with floral hints, an intoxicating blend that makes Gus feel cozy and content. The sun's warmth continues to spread, wrapping everything in a gentle embrace. Time seems to stretch softly, like warm honey, as Gus gazes patiently at the peaceful, unfolding world. Even as the morning deepens into mid-morning, quiet echoes fill this serene space. The whisper of the wind, the soft scurrying of insects, the distant echo of birdsong. Every moment is a gentle murmur, a lullaby of life that makes Gus's wooden heart swell with silent happiness. In this quiet corner of the orchard, stories of life are written in the soft, rustling leaves, the flutter of wings, and the heartbeat of a day that drifts like a shimmering, gentle cloud, calm, steady, and full of wonder. As the early afternoon unfolds, the orchard hums with gentle energy. The sun beams warmly, dotting the landscape with patches of light that flicker across the rows of trees. Gus, the ever-watchful Scarecrow, stands tall and proud, his patched coat catching the sunlight as he surveys his leafy domain. Today, there's a new visitor, a tiny, curious bunny with soft grey fur and twitching nose. The bunny hops cautiously at the edge of the orchard, pausing now and then to sniff at the air, which smells sweet and earthy. Gus's painted eyes seem to twinkle as he watches the small creature inch closer, wary but intrigued. The bunny's little paws leave faint imprints in the soft dirt. Every step is delicate and careful, like a whisper against the earth. Gus remains perfectly still, yet his awareness is sharp. He senses the bunny's curious spirit, full of wonder and innocence. The bunny sniffs near the base of a tree before hopping a little way down, exploring the roots and tiny nooks in the bark. Nearby, a family of sparrows chirps loudly, a joyous chorus that blends well with the soft rustle of leaves overhead. Suddenly, a gentle sound emerges from the distance, a faint tinkling, like a tiny bell ringing. Gus's painted face shows a tilted smile as he turns his head toward the sound. It's the wind playing a delightful melody with a loose shutter on the barn roof, creating a gentle, tinkling song that feels like nature's own lullaby. The breeze picks up a little, making the leaves around Gus dance and shimmer. He can feel the cool touch of the wind against his wooden face, teasing his hay hat and rustling his patchwork jacket. The scent of fresh-cut grass mingles happily with the fragrance of blooming flowers, filling the air with refreshing calm. The bunny hops closer to Gus, curious now about the Scarecrow's silent watchfulness. Gus's painted eyes seem to wink at the tiny visitor, offering silent reassurance. The orchard feels alive with tiny mysteries. An ant marching purposefully, a butterfly fluttering lazily, the faint chime of wind-blown bells. And Gus is part of this simple, beautiful world. In this peaceful, humming moment, Gus feels a kinship with all the small inhabitants. Their quiet routines, their soft sounds, the gentle wind, they all whisper stories of life, patience, and wonder. For Gus, the Scarecrow in the orchard, this is a perfect afternoon, quiet, gentle, and full of soft surprises waiting to be discovered. The sun begins to drift toward the horizon, painting the sky with hues of pink and lavender. The orchard slows its lively pace, settling into a mellower rhythm. Gus, the enduring Scarecrow, remains steady, his wooden limbs slightly creaking in the cooling air. A soft whisper of wind weaves through the trees, fluttering leaves like delicate silk scarves caught in a breeze. Gus's painted eyes, reflecting the changing colors of the sky, seem to soften. It's as if the whole orchard is sighing gently, settling into the embrace of late afternoon's calm. The scent of jasmine and ripe fruit hangs in the air, sweet and comforting. Somewhere nearby, a pair of finches chatter softly, their delicate voices blending into a lullaby for the gentle evening. The grass beneath Gus's sturdy boots rests in cool shadows, inviting restful thoughts. Gus notices the way sunlight filters through the canopy, casting warm, golden patches on the ground. The dappled pattern is peaceful, like a gentle hand stroking the earth. His painted face is calm, almost dreamlike, as he observes the peaceful scene unfolding around him. Time feels slow and easy, like a gentle stream flowing quietly to a still pond. A whisk of breeze ruffles the straw in Gus's hat, making it sway just slightly. The air is scented with the soft perfume of blooming lilacs and the sweet aroma of ripening berries. Somewhere in the distance, a soft splash echoes from the pond, a duck gliding lazily across the water, its ripples creating delicate concentric circles. The sky deepens into a dusky hue, and fireflies begin to shimmer in the dusk, tiny stars flickering in the orchard's gentle night. Gus feels an overwhelming sense of serenity. This quiet, tender moment is a lullaby in itself. His wooden joints are relaxed, his stitched smile warm and inviting. He thinks of all the creatures settling in for their evening rest, the squirrels retreating to their nests, the birds curling into cozy trees. All the bustling daytime activity has slowed, and now only the softest sounds remain. The gentle chorus of crickets begins, singing their rhythmic lullaby that drifts through the air. Gus's painted eyes close as he feels the peaceful harmony of evening, the harmony of a day well spent, a world softly drifting into night. His stillness, his quiet watchfulness, comforts him, knowing that everything in this peaceful orchard is exactly as it should be, calm, serene, perfectly at rest. And as the moon begins to rise, casting a silver glow over the treetops, this day's journey gently comes to an end. Quietness fills the orchard, the kind that soothes and lulls gently into sleep. Gus, the ever-watchful Scarecrow, stands still in the night's gentle embrace. The world whispers softly, and somewhere deep inside, he feels a tiny flicker of sleep calling, soft, slow, and peaceful as the stars above. The twilight settles softly over the orchard, turning the sky a gentle shade of violet, streaked with faint pink. Gus, the stalwart Scarecrow, remains in place, quietly basking in this calming moment. His weathered wooden features seem to glow faintly, bathed in the serene light of dusk. All around him, the orchard begins to hush, save for the occasional distant call of a nightingale singing a tired lullaby. The leaves, now tinged with silver, shimmer faintly as the breeze continues its gentle dance. Gus's straw-filled coat feels snug and cozy, as if wrapped in a quiet warmth amid the cooling air. The scent of lavender and damp earth mingles softly, creating an aroma that seems to soothe both body and mind. Tiny fireflies flicker here and there, small glowing lanterns floating in the darkening sky, guiding the orchard toward night. Gus watches these tiny points of light with a gentle, patient smile, feeling a soothing stillness settling into his very wood. In the distance, a faint ripple on the pond's surface reflects the glimmering moon, like a mirror holding a starry sky. The air feels moist and cool, wrapping around the orchard like a gentle hug. The crickets strike up their rhythmic chorus, a peaceful lullaby of tiny, continuous chirping. Gus's painted eyes seem to soften as he gazes upward, where the first stars begin to twinkle through the leaves. He feels the tranquil presence of the night, calm, slow, and full of quiet dreams. Even the smallest creatures, like the field mice scurrying to their nests, move with gentle purpose, respecting this peaceful hour. The scent of blooming night flowers drifts on the wind, delicate, sweet, and slightly mysterious. Gus's wooden joints creak softly as he shifts his stance, ever watchful, yet completely at ease. The orchard feels as if it is holding its breath, waiting peacefully for the night to lull everyone into restful slumber. This quiet magic, where shadows lengthen and the world softens, is a sacred moment. a peaceful pause in the endless dance of day and night. Gus, standing steady and silent, feels the gentle rhythm of nighttime settling over him and his leafy green friends. It is a time of transition, of slowing down, of gathering strength for another dawn. He allows himself a tiny, lazy blink, feeling the serenity run through his wooden frame. This is the calm before the world's dreams begin anew, the perfect lullaby whispered softly by the rustling leaves and shimmering stars. In this tranquil twilight, Gus simply stands, content and serene, waiting patiently for sleep to gently sweep over him, as quiet and steady as the moon's gentle glow. As darkness deepens, the orchard transforms under a velvet canopy sprinkled with shimmering stars. Gus, the steadfast Scarecrow, stands quietly in his post, surrounded by a world that's now hushed and glowing with tiny sparks of light. His painted eyes seem to catch the glimmer, twinkling softly in the moonlight. The cool night air whispers through the branches, an endless lullaby that echoes softly, resonating in Gus's wooden bones. Tiny crickets sing a steady, hypnotic tune, mingling with the distant hoot of an owl, a soothing rhythm that gently lulls the orchard into a peaceful reverie. It's a soundscape painted with gentle whispers, a symphony of serenity. Near the pond, the water reflects the moon's silver smile, rippling gently with the faintest breeze. The surface shimmers with a delicate glow, like a mirror of the night sky. Gus's painted face is calm, as if dreaming along with the tranquil scene before him. Even his straw-filled suit feels cozy in the coolness, wrapped in a silent comfort. A few fireflies drift lazily through the air, their tiny bodies glowing softly. A gentle shower of tiny stars falling from the sky. They flit and float, adding their slow, shimmering dance to the nighttime ballet. Somewhere, a soft wind stirs the wildflowers, making their petals quiver like tiny, sleepy whispers. Gus listens to the quiet sound of leaves rustling, a light, rhythmic murmur that feels like a gentle heartbeat of the orchard itself. The sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine drifts through the air, making everything smell mysterious and soothing. The orchard is peaceful, almost holding its breath, as if it too is drifting into dreams. In this stillness, Gus's painted eyes close slightly, a gesture of peace and contentment. His wooden joints relax, and the tiny sounds of the night settle comfortably into his mind. The world seems to softly hum a lullaby, an everlasting tune of calm and wonder. The stars above gently wink, watching over him and the orchard's quiet sleep. Everything is quiet now, no rushing, no hustle, just a gentle, humming serenity. Gus feels a soft, sleepy tingle in his wooden limbs, a feeling that whispers it's perfectly okay to rest. The quiet magic of the night envelops him, a tender reminder that peace is always just a breath away. Soon, the orchard will rest deeply, protected by the gentle, watchful presence of Gus, the Scarecrow who dreams under the stars. As dawn whispers once more at the orchard's edge, the sky begins to blush with soft pastel colors, the gentle pinks and peaches of early morning. Gus, the quiet guardian, remains standing still, silently ready to greet the new day. His painted face holds a calm smile, a symbol of patience and peace. A soft breeze twinkles through the leaves, like a lullaby from the wind, gentle and kind. It stirs the top of Gus's hay hat ever so slightly, curling the edges like a feather in the air. The scent of dew and fresh earth awakens, filling the orchard with a tender aroma that nurtures the soul. From a distance, the first birds stir, stretching their wings and chirping softly. The world feels fresh and new, yet hums with memories of the night's peaceful sleep. Gus's wooden joints creak softly in a happy acknowledgement. The dawn is here, and with it comes quiet hope. The dawn sky warms gradually into a soft golden hue, casting a gentle glow over the trees and blooms. Dewdrops on blades of grass glisten like tiny stars, catching the early light. Gus feels content, his role fulfilled as a silent steward of this peaceful place. His outlook is bright, full of gentle anticipation for what the new day will bring. He notices a lone butterfly fluttering lazily from flower to flower, an effortless dance of pure serenity. The orchard breathes deeply, filled with the calming scent of blossoms and the promise of ripe fruit. Gus's painted eyes seem to smile more warmly now, reflecting the soft awakening of everything around him. The coolness of the morning gradually yields to warmth as the sun peaks over the horizon. Everything feels alive with renewed energy, yet calm and steady, just like Gus. He stands firm, knowing that each new day holds peaceful moments of beauty waiting to be discovered. Quiet, gentle, and patient. That's the way of the orchard and its faithful straw-stuffed guardian. In this sweet, fleeting moment, the world feels perfectly still. The air holds a whisper of promise, a promise that today, just like yesterday, is a gift of gentle peace. Gus's silent vigil continues, a calming presence amid the awakening orchard, preparing slowly for the busy hours that lie ahead. And as the light grows brighter, slowly chasing away the last hints of night, Gus feels the deep, soothing rhythm of patience and calm, ready for whatever the day will slowly bring. The sun has climbed high, casting bright, cheerful rays that spill across the orchard like a golden blanket. Gus, the ever-watchful Scarecrow, still stands tall against the vibrant greenery. His patchwork coat is warmly illuminated as he surveys this joyful, humbling landscape. Flowers bloom with exuberance, bright marigolds and cheerful daisies opening their faces to the sun, like tiny, joyful friends greeting Gus in silent gratitude. A cool breeze sweeps through the orchard, ruffling leaves and making everything shimmer with life. Gus tilts his head slightly, feeling the gentle touch of the wind like a soft caress. Here in the afternoon, the orchard feels expansive and full of stories. A family of butterflies flutters through the air, their fragile wings shimmering like stained glass. Gus watches them with quiet delight, marveling at how these delicate creatures gently explore, never rushing, always curious. Beneath the trees, insects scuttle purposefully, ants in tiny lines, beetles with shiny shells, each focused on their tiny tasks. Gus understands, perhaps better than most, that small things often matter most. Whether it's a spider weaving a web or a squirrel gathering acorns, every creature is part of the calm harmony. The orchard's colors are vivid and alive. Red apples lingering on branches, ripe berries ready to burst, and leaves swaying in a slow, rhythmic dance. The scent of fruit and earth drifts through the air, filling Gus with a soothing warmth. He feels at peace, knowing that this moment, this quiet, golden afternoon, is a pause in the endless adventure of nature's cycle. The gentle hum of bees dances in his ears, collecting nectar with diligent purpose. A butterfly softens its flight near a blossom, pausing to drink the nectar before drifting onward. Gus's painted face, content and serene, is a quiet witness to this ongoing symphony of life. He feels a lightness in his wooden limbs and straw filling that mirrors the carefree spirit of the moment. Time here slows to a gentle crawl, each second a treasured bead in the necklace of this peaceful day. Gus stands, patiently observing the small wonders, each one a tiny miracle woven into the grand fabric of orchard life. Even as the afternoon matures, the land remains hushed and calm. The breeze whispers softly, as if sharing secrets with the leaves. The scent of blooming herbs and ripe fruit encourages a deep, steady breathing, like the orchard itself taking a tranquil, restorative breath. Sometimes, a bird's call drifts down like a lullaby, blending perfectly into this lull of gentle peace. In these tranquil hours, Gus's silent presence feels like a song, one of patience, calm, and quiet joy. The world around him is busy yet peaceful, a perfect harmony that beckons the soul to slow down, relax, and savor each small wonder. An afternoon in the orchard, simple, beautiful, and filled with gentle magic, unfolds softly into the heart of the twilight. As the sun dips lower on the horizon, casting long, tender shadows across the rows of trees, the orchard begins to settle into its most restful hour. Gus, the gentle Scarecrow, stands quietly in his spot, feeling the comforting coolness of dusk around him. His painted face, with its stitched smile, seems to glow softly beneath the fading light. The air is filled with a calming scent, cool earth mingled with the gentle aroma of closing blooms. The trees sway lazily, their leaves rustling like a lullaby whispered just for Gus and the orchard's tiny nighttime visitors. The crickets, now joined by a distant chorus of frogs, sing a slow, soothing tune, blending into the symphony of calm. Gus's wooden limbs are heavy with peace, yet perfectly relaxed. His straw-filled chest feels warm and cozy, as if wrapped in a snug blanket of tranquility. The sky above transforms into a tapestry of deep blues and shimmering stars, each twinkle adding to the gentle magic of the evening. Fireflies flicker softly around him, tiny lanterns glowing like floating stars. They drift lazily, their gentle dance a lullaby for all who are awake. The moon begins to rise, casting silvery light that caresses the orchard, illuminating the quiet beauty of every leaf, flower, and fruit. It feels as if the whole world is slowly settling, drifting gently into sleep. In this moment of quiet serenity, Gus's painted eyes seem to close, not in sleep, but in tranquil contentment. His wooden joints relax fully, swaying gently with the evening breeze. His silent presence offers a warm comfort to the orchard, an unwavering guardian as darkness settles softly over the land. The scent of night-blooming jasmine and mellow earth wraps around him, like a soft lullaby sung deep into the night. Somewhere nearby, a gentle wind hums through the trees, whispering stories of peaceful dreams and quiet magic. The stars twinkle in silent approval, their light weaving a gentle spell of sleep. The animals are tucked away in their cozy nests. The flowers close their petals in tender dreams. Gus remains steady, a calm, serene sentinel, watching over all. As dreams begin to drift lazily in the gentle night air, his heart beats with quiet assurance. Everything is just as it should be, the perfect, peaceful moment before the world drifts into restful sleep. This is the orchard's lullaby, sung softly by the rustling leaves and shimmering stars. The night enfolds the land in its tender embrace, and Gus, the stalwart Scarecrow, stands quietly, knowing that tomorrow will come with new joys and gentle wonders. For now, he waits in peaceful silence, part of the restful magic of the end of the day, dreaming along with the orchard that sleeps beneath the stars.